Imagine this. You are running for your life. Behind you, the most powerful army in the world, an entire empire that wants you dead. You have no money, no food, no shelter, no plan. You don't know a single person in the land you just arrived in. You are exhausted. You are afraid. You are completely and utterly alone. And you sit down under a tree and you look up at the sky and you say the most honest thing a human being has ever said to Allah. 7 words. 7 words that changed everything. This is the story of Musa alayhi salam. And those 7 words are a dua you need to know for the rest of your life. To understand this dua, you need to understand where Musa was when he made it. He did not grow up poor. He did not grow up unknown. He grew up in a palace, the palace of Pharaoh, the most powerful man on earth, raised as royalty, surrounded by wealth, protected by power. And then, in one moment, everything collapsed. He saw an Egyptian man oppressing one of his own people. He intervened, and the man died. It was not his intention, but it happened. And now, the palace that raised him wanted his head. Pharaoh, the man he called father, issued the order, find him, kill him. So Musa alayhi salam ran, with nothing, no belongings, no companion, no destination, just his feet and the desert and the burning sun above him. Allah describes this moment in Surah Al-Qasas. وَلَمَّا تَوَجَّهَ تِلْقَاءَ مَدْيَنَ قَالَ عَسَى رَبِّي أَنْ يَهْدِيَنِي سَوَاءَ السَّبِيلِ. And when he turned his face toward Madyan, he said, perhaps my Lord will guide me to the right way. He didn't know where he was going. He just kept walking, trusting that Allah was somewhere ahead of him. After days of walking, exhausted beyond what words can describe, Musa alayhi salam arrived at a well in the land of Madyan, and around that well, men were gathered, watering their flocks, pushing, competing, taking what they needed. And standing apart, away from the crowd, were 2 young women, waiting, holding back their flock. Musa, despite everything he was carrying, despite his own hunger and exhaustion, walked over and asked, "What is the matter?" They said, "We cannot water our flock until all the men have finished, and our father is an old man." And Musa alayhi salam, with nothing left in his body, went to that well and watered their flock for them. Subhanallah. He had nothing, and he still gave. Remember that, because what happens next is directly connected to what he just did. After watering their flock, Musa alayhi salam went back to the tree, and he sat down, alone, hungry, tired beyond measure, nowhere to go, nobody to call, nothing in his hands. And he raised those empty hands to the sky and said 7 words. Rabbi, inni lima anzalta ilayya min khayrin faqir. My Lord, indeed I am, for whatever good you send down to me, in desperate need. Read that again. He did not say, "Oh Allah, give me food, give me shelter, give me safety, give me a plan." He said, "Whatever you send, I am in need of it." Complete surrender, complete trust, complete emptiness placed entirely in the hands of Allah. No conditions, no list, no demands. Just, I have nothing and you are everything. So whatever you decide to give, I will take. This is perhaps the most beautiful dua in the entire Quran. And it came not from a throne, not from a place of comfort. It came from under a tree, with empty hands and a full heart. And now watch how fast Allah moves when the heart is sincere. While Musa alayhi salam was still sitting under that tree, one of the 2 young women came back, walking towards him with shyness and dignity, and she said, "My father invites you to reward you for watering our flock." He walked into a home, a warm meal, a safe roof, a father who listened to his story and said, "Do not fear, you have escaped from the wrongdoing people." And eventually, a job, a home, a wife, a life. Everything, from nothing to everything, in the time it took for one young woman to walk back to a tree. This is what Allah does when you let go completely, when you stop trying to control every outcome, and you just say, "Whatever you send, I need it." He was sitting under that tree for minutes, not years. Allah had already written the answer before Musa alayhi even made the dua. He was just waiting for Musa AS to ask. I want you to think about where you are right now. Maybe you are not running from a Pharaoh, but maybe you are running from something, a situation that collapsed without warning, a door that closed in your face, a season of life where you looked around and realized you had nothing you were counting on. And maybe, like Musa, you are sitting under a tree somewhere, exhausted, empty, wondering what comes next. Make his dua. Rabbi, inni lima anzalta ilayya min khayrin faqir. My Lord, indeed I am, for whatever good you send down to me, in desperate need. Not because it's a magic formula, but because it is the truth. And when you speak the truth to Allah with a heart that means every word, He responds. He always responds. He responded to a man under a tree with empty hands and no plan. He will respond to you. Musa alayhi salam had nothing, and Allah gave him everything. Not despite his emptiness, but because of it. Because when you have nothing left and still turn to Allah, that is the purest form of trust that exists. And Allah never, never wastes that kind of trust. Share this with someone who is sitting under their own tree right now. They need this dua today. Subscribe to Dua Path Official for stories and duas that change the way you see Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.